Hello everybody, Sir Beaton here and welcome back to another past paper practice video. In this video we'll be looking at vectors, another question on vectors. So let's head straight into this question. So this question says x, y, z is a triangle and M is the midpoint of x, z. So the vector x, y is equal to A and the vector y, z is equal to B. Express the following vectors in terms of A and B, simplifying your answers where possible. So first of all, let's draw this triangle. Let's do a sketch of this triangle. So we have the triangle here. So we're saying we have x, y, and z. And M is the midpoint between x and z. So M is the midpoint between x and z. So we can say here is M. And they said that x, y is equal to A. So we note here is equal to A. And they say y, z is equal to B. So we're going that way and we're going that way. So they want to express the following vectors in terms of A and B. So we move from x, so we go all the way here. And then we move from here, we go all the way here. So to express this in terms of A and B, we can say x, z is simply equal to A and plus, and we see from here we travel along the B part, so we can say plus B. So xz is equal to A plus B, and you can see why this is worth only 1 mark. So let's move on to the next one. So this question says, express the following vectors in terms of A and B. So we want the same set of vectors. We want to find my. So let's draw back our triangle. So we have our triangle here. And we see here we had here as x, y, and we had here as z, and we had here to be the M. And we see here is A, and here is B. So A is it that you move across, move here, and B was that you move down there. Now the directions, they are very important. Good. And we want to find my. So my, we see we're moving from M and we're going to y. We want to travel along a path to get my. So what we can say, my, to move from M to Y, we see we move from M, and then we travel to Z, so we can say MZ plus, and then we move from Z, and we go to Y, ZY. And that is how we get the vector my. That is how we move from M to Y. But here's the thing, they don't want it in terms of MZ and ZY, they want it in terms of A and B. But we found something just now. We found xz to be A plus B. So let me write that here. So we found xz to be A plus B. But here's the thing. From x to z is A plus B. And we know that M is the midpoint of x to z. So to travel from M to z, it will simply be half of this journey, since M is the midpoint. So we can say half of A plus B would be MZ. So half of this would simply be, half multiplied by A would be A over 2, plus half multiplied by B would be B over 2. So MZ is equal to A over 2 plus B over 2. So since we don't arrive at Z, now we can move from Z to Y. But here's the thing. They told us YZ is equal to B. They said YZ, Y to Z is equal to B. But we don't want YZ, we want from Z to Y. We're going in the opposite direction. And because we're going in the opposite direction, we must flip the sign of this B. So this will become a negative B. Because instead of going from Y to Z, we're going in the opposite direction. We're going from Z and we're going to Y. We're going in the opposite direction. So we flip the sign. So these are the important things that we need. So we put that now in the answer. So we can say MZ we found to be A over 2 plus B over 2 plus ZY we found to be minus B. So they want us to simplify this here. So this would be A over 2 plus B over 2 minus B. So we know this B would be the same as B over 1, so we can work this out. So this is as though we have 1 over 2 minus 1. So 1 over 2 minus 1 would be a negative 1 over 2. So when we simplify this here, we'll end up with a over 2 minus b over 2. Because negative 1 over 2b is the same as negative b over 2. So this is the answer there when we simplify this piece here. So we can say the answer is my is equal to a over 2 minus b over 2. And with that, this has brought me to the end of this question. As you can see, this question was worth 3 marks. And you can see why. You can sketch a diagram to make it easier to work out. Important thing here is sketch. When you don't have a diagram, sketch it. And we do a little working here and there. And remember, if you're going in one direction, let's say for example we are going from y to z, and that is equal to b. To move from z to y, it would just be negative b. So we just put in our terms and then use some algebra to simplify. So with that, I want you to keep practicing questions like these, and I'll see you in the next video in which I'll be looking at some more questions on vectors. Until then, keep practicing and take care.